Um, haven't gone live in quite a while, but I instead of uh writing a review for this movie, which I usually do for movies I've been watching lately, where I write a movie review for it on Letterbox, and yeah, and I don't really do YouTube movie reviews anymore. I will do more in the future, but this movie provoked me so much that I have to make a video about it because I cannot actually sit down and write and articulate my thoughts in written form. So I have to be very verbal off the cuff about this movie. So I just got done watching Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom. I don't know if I really need to introduce this movie because everybody and their moms knows what this movie is. This is one of the most famous, probably in the top five most famous disturbing movies ever made. And so yeah, it doesn't need an introduction. But uh, I will say that I'm extremely happy that Pasolini is dead and never got to make another movie. I say that with full confidence and conviction that I'm really glad he never made another movie. Um, this movie is a fucking a piece of shit. Not in a good way, not in a good bad way. This movie's a piece of shit on every, I'm not gonna say every level, but this movie is not a good movie. It's not a good disturbing, it's not a good shock value movie. It's not a good social commentary movie. And it's not, this isn't a good movie for like the fucking weird perverts out there. They're gonna be disappointed. This movie sucks on all of those levels. And I'm not gonna sit here and make a review pretending that this movie has, oh well, it's actually, it kind of went over my head. No, 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 no. I know what this movie's doing. I'm not dumb. I'm just telling you this movie is a piece of shit. Uh I okay, so this is the first time I've ever seen this movie. I never avoided watching this movie, but I can never find a good copy of this movie online. Either it was always on sketchy websites. I didn't want. I think I torrented it one time, and there's no subtitles. Or I found a good copy of there's no subtitles, but then I finally today found a good copy. I watched the whole movie, and I am happy that I can say I finally watched Salo, but I wasn't disappointed because I didn't expect this to be a great movie or anything. But I was expecting this movie to be somewhat interesting, and it was not. So, yeah, where to fucking begin? Um, this movie is just boring. It's boring. It's uninteresting. This man made a movie about people that eat shit and made it like actually uninteresting and boring to watch. I don't even know how that's even possible, but somehow he pulled it off. Um, there's nothing disturbing about this movie. I mean, the subject matter is disturbing. The concept of it is, but when you actually watch it, it is so fucking stupid. And it is kind of, you can tell it's kind of a comedy a bit. There's a bit of satire, but you know, it's not good. Now, this movie, the whole point of it, I guess, is it's an attack on fascism, and Okay, where? What? Okay, this is pretty much the whole movie. These fascists held hostage these hold hostage these teenagers and sexually humiliates them um throughout the entire movie and makes them do weird things, and that's the whole movie pretty much. I can understand if he's kind of making fun of fascists, I guess, but okay, like there's nothing like this is the thing about this movie. There's certain movies I understand why people like that I don't like. I don't like Marvel movies. I can understand why people like Marvel movies. I can rationalize it in my head why somebody would like a Marvel movie, you know? This movie, this is like one of the few movies like this where um I don't believe the people that say that like it actually like it. Unless you're like a child and this is the most edgy. If you've never seen any movies ever, especially disturbing, shocking movies, if you're somebody that's never seen gore videos, if you're somebody that's never seen extreme porn, then this is probably the most amazing, disturbing thing you've ever seen. It's the most transgressive thing you've ever seen. But if you've seen all of that stuff, this is literally nothing. Um, it is a boring movie. It's not interesting. I was expecting maybe something interesting to happen or get something out of it at the end of the day, but no, there's nothing. I'd rather watch a Marvel. I'd rather watch the worst. I'd rather sit through the internals ever again before I fucking sit through this movie. Um, the Star Wars Rise of Skywalker is a fucking. I'd rather sit through that than to fucking sit through this movie ever again. Okay, that's how fucking bad and boring this movie is. This movie's so boring that it made me angry. It almost gave me a migraine. Um, uh, in this movie, there's this bitch in this movie that talks throughout the entire movie. She's like, oh, the dialogue's all the same. Oh, my dad jizzed on my back, and oh, I ate his poop. It was delicious. Oh, that's how she talks too. I'm not even exaggerating. She does that throughout the entire movie. That's the thing about this movie. This movie's so repetitive, and the dialogue, the subject matter is so repetitive that your brain, I just feel like my brain's mushing. Where I'm just like this watching it. I'm just like I don't even know what's going on. That's how boring this movie is. And I guess that's maybe the point. Maybe it's supposed to be a boring movie. Oh, I just don't get it. But yeah, this is one of those movies too. Like I said, I don't believe anybody likes this movie, and if you do like this movie, I will make fun of you. I will not take you seriously if you actually like this movie. I think liking this movie is more embarrassing than liking Disney Star Wars. I think it's actually like more embarrassing. I think it's more embarrassing than anything that a soy boy redditor type guy would like, Funko collector type guy would like. I think it's even more like embarrassing because at least that stuff is it's not trying to be deep like Star Wars. It's not trying to be deep. It's just kind of popcorn trash. It knows what it is. But this movie, it assists upon itself. This movie is the ultimate number one. It assists upon itself movie, just like what Peter Griffin said about Godfather, which I disagree with Peter Griffin about that movie, but Peter Griffin says it assists upon itself. That's what this movie is. It's the ultimate, it assists upon itself movie. And I'm going to read this because I was looking at what people said, and a lot of people, this is the thing about this movie, a lot of people agree with me. I mean, this is a very polarizing movie. Either you really like it or hate it. but I found this on Reddit and I think this is hilarious. This sums up this person perfectly summed up the movie, but they also summed up the fan base of this film. Okay, so this is what they said. This movie is garbage, honestly. I don't think it's intellectual in the slightest. Somehow people have been deluded into thinking that scat porn is somehow a deep commentary on humanity's tendency for evil. I don't have a problem with Pasolini. Canterbury Tales is good. The issue here is the source material. There's something too literal about putting 120 Days of Sodom on screen, especially now that you can find all manners of depravity online. I watched this in the theaters a few years back, and the crowd, myself included, was giggling the whole time. One self-series loser piped up with, what a fucking puke. One self-serious loser piped up with, are you ready for this? You know this isn't a comedy, right? And killed the whole vibe of the theater. Whoa. You know this is a comedy, right? This isn't a comedy. You just don't get it, dude. Like, are you fucking like fascist or something? Wow, unfucking believable. This is what I've always say too, like Criterion bros, these film bros are way more embarrassing than like the Marvel fans. They are so much more embarrassing. I've been saying this for years. People kind of shrug it off. People don't believe me because they are that. But the if you like this movie, you're not a messed up person. You're just a really fucking stupid person. That's what I think. I don't think you're messed up. I just think you're a really fucking a stupid person. Um, or you're like I said, you're a kid. This is probably if this is the first most edgy thing you've ever seen, then yeah, of course this is amazing. But there's better movies out there. I'm telling you. Um, like I'd two movies I would recommend that are kind of they deal with certain similar subject matters. Come and See, and also the movie Mysterious Skin. Those are which is Mysterious Skin's about child molestation, rape, and uh, I would recommend those movies. Um, those movies deal with this, and Come and See when it comes to depressing World War II movie, era movie. Yeah, those two movies deal with Come and See attacks fascists, way better than this movie. And Come and See actually has a point. This movie has no point. Now, I've never read the book for this, but there's a lot of people say the book is actually a lot better than this movie, and I have a feeling it is. I could be wrong, but yeah, this movie is just a piece of shit. What else can I say about this? Yeah, I'm really glad Pasolini is dead, so I'm glad we'll never see another movie from him ever again. This isn't supposed to be a comedy, right? Wow. Like, you are a fucking nerd. And that's what I'm saying right now. If you like this movie, I'm making fun of you. I'm gonna be very mean, and I'll never stop. Is it possible to make the most boring movie ever made that's about people eating shit? Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a straight capitalist. That's my joke. That says it all too. He was a gay commie. Like, that just says it all. I've never seen any other Pasolini movies. He might have good movies in there, But this movie really, I think, soured that for me. It's so bad. I don't really have anything else to say about this movie, so I'm just gonna stop. We can have a dialogue about it in the comments. But yeah, I'm done talking about this movie. It sucks. If you like this, you're fucking stupid. Anyways, peace.